Agreed. Greetings and salutations.
The universe is just doomed. 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 Doomed.
Hi, welcome.
Happy New Year.
Almost.
It's almost there.
Almost time
Or
to
maybe you
start a new
saved this
year.
one for New Year's Eve.
Right? What did I do with all of this nonsensory?
What did you do?
I've got my headphones all mixed up. Hey, why don't
Hold
we do
on.
the greeting?
Tessa's going to
Hi, everybody.
untangle herself first.
It's me, Tessa, with my headphones all. What did I do? Okay.
And
there
Kim
we
is
go.
here.
I'm free. Kim is here as Janine.
Janine Melnitz.
Our staff.
Yeah, she answers the phones for us.
From my staff.
If only she did.
Yeah, right.
She's all no thanks.
No.
She does not.
I don't even
want
wanna
She
do
does
that.
not want to answer our messages.
I don't even want to do
We love
that.
you guys, but hey,
But
relax.
hey,
Relax.
Kim didn't sign up for that shit. She sure didn't. She wants to sit there and eat a cream puff. Those are good.
Are they good?
Especially all frozen
haven't
like
had
that.
any. Oh, it's.
Oh, I know.
You're
It's
supposed
still
to let
really
it
cold.
defrost for a while.
Like right as I said it, she hit that frozen bit. It's like ice cream. It's
I
so
hope you
good.
don't have sensitive teeth.
Well, you gotta let it. You gotta like let it suck on it. For a minute.
Warm
You
it
gotta
up
suck on that cream puff a little bit.
just inside your mouth.
You have to do your Lamaze.
Lamaze breathe on it. It'll be fine. So before we get into Ghostbusters 2
Oh.
for New Year's, I want to thank J Day for joining the most
I heard that shit. Jay Day for joining.
the most smartest tier of our Patreon.
Welcome, welcome.
Welcome back, actually. His
Welcome
name was
back.
something different last time because you shady as hell, boy. But now his name is something different. But welcome back to the club. We've missed you.
We've missed you.
So for the cast of this, I just wrote all the same as the
All
first
the same Ghostbusters.
with the
plus-
addition of.
Well, yeah, plus Sigourney Weaver and, Rick Moranis.
Well, yeah,
whatever, but
everybody who was in the first one just about plus Peter MacNicol.
as the Dr. Janosz Poha.
I would have never in a million years guessed that was how Janosz was spelled.
Oh, yeah?
Janosz.
Yeah.
I just thought Yanosh. Janosz.
I feel like I have a relation that's their name, and I
Oh,
feel
really?
like that's how it's spelled.
I don't have any
Yeah,
Eastern
yeah.
European relatives, I guess.
But I don't think he is. I mean, I don't know. Maybe he is. He's not a very close relation, as you can see. But I am.
He's from the Isle of Mipos.
Maybe we do the dance of joy.
Wilhelm von Homburg
Yes.
as Vigo.
He is Vigo.
Henry and Will Duchendorf
Yes.
as baby Oscar.
And I feel like one of them, I'm not sure which one, but died a few years back.
Oh, really? Bummer.
Yeah.
And Harris Yulin as the
Yeah,
judge.
as the judge. What else did I have here? Oh, no, that's what I had.
Is that what you have?
Oh, David Margulies. Oh, yeah, the mayor, but that was one of the other ones. And the other lawyer, the prosecutor gal whose name
Oh,
I did-
Pralines and Dick?
Yeah. It would be Pralines and Dick. No, not...
He's not Pralines and Dick,
not
but he's the
Kurt
other.
Fuller is Hardemeyer.
Yes,
right?
yeah.
But no, I meant the... from the courtroom when they get put on trial. Like, I forget what her name is, but this was her last appearance before she, died kind of young.
Oh, the DA or whoever she was?
the DA.
Oh.
The DA.
It's because she got thrown around that fucking
I
courtroom by
know.
a
That's
ghost.
probably, that might have been what did
Gotta
it.
kill you quick.
Kill you quick. It's the Scolari brothers.
And now I don't remember it starting with this ominous 5
5
years
years
later
later.
stamp on the screen.
Yeah, I don't know.
I just remember it starting with the blob coming out of the grates,
ooze,
the sidewalk
slime.
cracks.
There was a lot of slime and ooze.
And in between this and the Ninja Turtles and the
Right.
blob, we love a pink
the
slime. We love an ooze.
a pink slime. I love a slimy ooze.
We talked about it in the thing a little bit.
Oh yeah, if you get a
The
wet,
sliminess, the wetness.
get a wet. If you get the wetness,
artists were very paid and booked in.
right?
Yeah. So yeah, pink blobs are coming out of the sidewalk cracks, and Dana
Right. There's like a pram rolls over it, and you're like, oh shit, it's Dana Barrett.
Yeah, and her
Oh,
baby
she got a
buggy
baby.
rolls through it, and she just loaded up her groceries on top of her infant child.
I know. Well, she
She's
lives
carrying
in
bags of
New
groceries.
York. She's got to walk and like haul all that shit. She is a single mom
Yep.
out here trying to make it in this very like bustling fucking neighborhood. There's like a guy like runs into some gal on crutches. Like there's people every fucking where.
That's just how I picture New York.
I guess.
Never been. But that's what I think.
I would imagine wherever it is she lives.
Yeah. And so she stops to talk to the super and get him to help her carry her groceries in, and her carriage starts just fucking speeding down the goddamn
she ain't
street.
got like fucking brakes on that shit. She bought like the Rosemary.
Well, I mean,
baby
she wasn't
pram,
on a
so
hill, so why would you even think to set the brakes?
You should always set the brakes in your baby carriage. You ain't seen The Witches. You ain't seen Ghostbusters 2. You ain't seen any single time Stigmatas.
You don't know about brakes, bro?
You don't know about brakes, bro?
That's
on
gonna
the
be
pram,
my,
bro.
That's my new. It started with you don't know about snow, bro, and we're just gonna carry it into the new year.
You don't know about New York, bro, with the pram, bro? Everything's
No.
a hill, bro.
I don't know.
Bro.
I know, bro. And it goes speeding through fucking traffic
just
and
takes
stops
off. She
right
chases-
before a bus hits
It's
it.
taking fucking corners,
Yeah.
right?
Hauling
Little
ass.
Oscar's in there like, I'm a baby.
He had a hell of a time. He was like, Woo!
You don't know what's
you
going
know they
on.
left him in there for that whole scene. They
Oh,
were
I
like,
know.
No,
They
put
put
the
it like
real
a
baby
little
in
remote
there.
control. They're like, we are going to do this.
And
for
the groceries.
realism. Well, no, she had luckily she got the groceries out.
That's right. She saved the groceries before.
They were like, oh, no, surprise.
Do you know how much
Dana's not gonna
groceries cost in New York City?
She's not going to have a problem with her groceries this time.
No.
This time, it's the baby carriage.
That's right.
Surprise.
Because she had problems with her
It was
groceries
a red
the first time.
herring. Red herring.
You thought them eggs were going to pop up and start sizzling? Nope.
Nope.
The baby.
She didn't even have a baguette.
No baguette
Did you
in that
notice
bag?
she didn't have no baguette in that bag? No
Was
greenery?
there not carrot stalks?
Oh, maybe.
I feel like there was some carrot stalk
maybe I might
greenery.
be having one of those.
I'm not. Don't
My
quote
brain
me on
just
this.
fixed it. My brain just fixed it.
But
for me.
maybe
It's like it
that's the
should be
only
there.
way I can envision a grocery bag. Is it has to
It's
have
true.
either a baguette or greenery
Sure, or both,
or a
preferably.
bouquet of flowers that you
Ooh.
bought for yourself
Ooh.
for your table,
Right.
where you live alone with your infant child.
Well, because she had a nice place.
she did.
It was nice.
Because, we talked about all that orchestra money.
What
she was
happened
making.
to-
What the fuck?
What happened to that apart? Oh, it blew up. Never
Oh.
mind. Never mind.
There you go.
I remember now.
Asked and answered all by yourself.
Oh, okay, back to me.
So as soon as she grabs Oscar up out of that thing, cue the Ghostbusters theme. And sirens. Woo, woo. Here comes Ecto 1.
But it's like all bust down,
So yeah,
bust
it's
down.
polluting the city everywhere it goes. Just
Polluting
fucking
the city
smog.
further.
And they roll up to Monster Squad Mom's house.
Oh shit! Yeah, I was like, is that Mary Ellen Trainer?
First, she buys her son the Van Helsing journals, and
I
then
know.
she hires the Ghostbusters
I
for
know.
a children's birthday party. She's
Right?
inviting chaos
she
into
really
her life.
is.
So yeah, and so they're doing children's birthday parties, but just Winston and Ray.
Yeah, they're like they hate this shit too because these are like overprivileged 9-year-olds that are in fact once they get in there, little Jason Reitman.
I was gonna say one, in fact,
little
Nepo
Jason
baby.
Reitman. Yeah,
Jason
Nepo
Reitman.
baby Jason Reitman who goes on to direct.
That's okay. I like the new ones. I don't like
I
them
know,
as
I
much as
do.
the originals, but they're
no,
cute.
I
They're
don't.
cute.
But they're cute. It's cute.
It's cute.
It's cute. It's cute. I guess. Well, they didn't. They made this one cute, like even not as cute as the newer ones, but
Yeah.
they made this one cuter to go with the cartoon.
Oh.
Because the cartoon
I was wondering
such a
if
hit.
the way they brought Slimer in kind of like
Yes.
surreptitiously, like
That
is that to
and
lead into the
Janine's
cartoon?
look
Yeah, she
was
had
like
that
to
mhm.
match the cartoon look.
Okay,
And Slimer kind of being like a pet
right.
was part of because the cartoon was so popular. So
I did love the real Ghostbusters.
the real,
Not to be confused.
not to be
No.
confused with the Ghostbusters. These are
That
the
had the
real,
ape. No, these are the real
the
Ghostbusters.
real. Although I'm surprised they didn't make Harold Ramis dress up like the cartoon Egon. Like he had
With
like
blonde,
a whole,
like bleach blonde his
But,
hair.
like,
Why
he-
did they bleach blonde Egon's hair?
I
in the
don't know,
cartoon?
but why did he have like those two Joan Crawford rolls on top of his
he
head
had a
with like the
cinnamon
mullen?
bun. Yeah.
Mullen?
And everyone
Hello,
else
Molo.
looked, all the other characters looked kind of vaguely like a cartoon
Right.
version of those actors.
Yeah.
But for some reason, Egon got the glow up. And didn't he have like green rimmed glasses, which
They
he
were
never,
like-
he was wearing
yes,
like
he
Janine
would
glasses.
He would never. That's how they made them two a couple. They made them both like flashy dressers
Yeah.
because
Okay.
everybody was shipping them. Look at that big ass head ass.
Oh yeah, I
Big
forgot. We
ass
put
head
Ghostbusters
ass.
2 on the TV in the background on mute, so
It is half of his face.
we
I
may
know,
get
it's
distracted
huge.
by Vigo the Carpathian.
It's Vigo.
We haven't even got that far yet.
No, we haven't. We haven't.
Okay, so yeah, they get booed by these kids. They're like,
Yeah,
we
don't
want
look
He-Man.
good.
Who
Yeah.
are you gonna call? He-Man.
Oh, you little fucking bastard. You little fucking I should shoot you with my fucking proton pack. Just Does it work on children? Does it work on people?
Right, and were they bringing like their actual proton packs up
We
into
are
a
going to
child's
cross
birthday
the
party?
motherfucking streams up in here.
We're about to see what happens to all of these
See
spoiled
what happens.
children.
I'm going to put you in a fucking trap, you little bastard.
And you hear them as they leave the party talk briefly about how like they got shut down because basically every city agency sued them for all the destruction they caused when they saved
Well,
the city
they-
5 years ago.
They did. Well, I mean,
You can't sue ghosts, Kim.
I know.
You can't sue ghosts. They ain't got no money.
They ain't got no money.
Maybe you
Kim.
could sue a pirate ghost. You could be like, "Where's your treasure?
Where's your booty?
I'm suing you for all your booty."
It's my duty to sue for that booty.
So Dana goes to find Egon because her baby
Right, she
carriage running down the damn
Well,
street.
because she immediately,
It's like
because
ghosts.
she's smart and because she turned into a dog one time and they helped her. She's aware of the supernatural. So she immediately goes to Egon.
She's like,
who's-
"Oh, I never forgot when I topped. I remember."
I do it now. I do it always. Where do you think this baby came
right
from?
to this day.
She's like, I didn't have him.
My
The
husband had him.
sniffly guy, I got him pregnant. Supposedly that's the father.
What?
The very pale guy from when she goes in the first one.
Oh, I don't remember.
The guy that she's with at the orchestra when Peter goes and he was like, "It was nice meeting you though. I hope you're feeling better. You still look very pale though."
Gotcha.
Supposedly
I did not know that.
he's supposed to be Oscar's daddy. Daddy.
So she goes to see Egon, and he's testing if human emotions affect the physical environment.
He's got this married couple or divorcing couple or couple that needs therapy, like
Stuck
waiting
in
for
this waiting
3
room.
hours.
Yeah.
So it's 96 degrees in there,
So he can get little readings on his little,
right? His little like he got a little in there.
and then like giving a child a puppy and taking it away.
Let's see what happens when we take the puppy away. Now take away the puppy.
And Dana tells him it's okay to tell Ray about this, but not
Don't
Venkman.
tell. She's like, "Do you even see him?"
Do you know how he is? Does he
Yeah,
ask about me?
No,
Ever mention me?
I don't really. We don't see him as often. She's like, "Well, we lost touch after I got married, and then I thought about calling him once my marriage was over."
They didn't have social media then.
I guess not. She couldn't just look him up under. Well, he would have already been hosting that show.
The world of the psychic?
The world of the psychic. That's what he's up to now.
Cut to what Venkman's doing.
Right?
And so he's got two psychics, one who predicts the world will end that year
And
on
that
New Year's
guy,
Eve.
who is that guy?
He's in so many things, and Chris thought he was a Murray, but I looked him up and he's not a
No,
Murray, but he's in Stir of Echoes.
Oh, yes.
The dad of the kid who killed the girl.
Yes. That's what I was like, why do I know that? Because I just watched that movie too, not that long ago.
That's where he was most familiar from.
Yes.
So the other lady thinks it won't
The
end
world
until
will end on New Year's Eve. My family does this shit all the fucking time.
that the world will end
The
on
world,
New Year's Eve.
will, or like I have a strong psychic belief. Yeah.
So serious.
And then he talks to the other gal she's somebody too.
When she ain't even psychic, she just heard from an alien.
She hooked up. Well, she hooked up with somebody at the
She
Holiday
banged an
Inn
alien at the
Paramus.
Holiday Inn Paramus.
Well, that's what she told her husband because that's what she had to tell her husband. She was drinking at the bar. He bought me a drink. He took me back to his room, and that's where he told me about the end of the world.
So this alien had a room at the Holiday Inn.
Paramus. And what is it? The February 14th, 2016.
Yeah.
Which I was right there, man, when
Come
the
and
world
gone.
ended
Come and gone.
on Valentine's Day. Bummer.
So yeah, he gives his little synopsis. The whole problem with aliens, you just can't trust them.
Right.
Blah 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 blah. See you next
He's
week.
like, until next time.
And he
just puts his finger
telekinetically feeds you the line.
I love it so much.
And so he's talking to whatever his manager, whoever the director behind the scenes, and he's
apparently
like,
Kreskin canceled. He's like, "Who's that guy? Why didn't we get the guy that bends the spoons?"
"Yeah, nobody respected will come on the show because they think you're a fraud."
I am a fraud.
And then the mayor and his assistant.
Why
are
they there?
I don't know. It never says.
Is it just because it's like a television?
They're coming on to maybe because he's up for re-election, so they're going to go on like a political talk show,
maybe.
Something like that. And he's trying to get the mayor's attention, but the assistant interferes. Like,
right? He was like, "Hey, I want to say hi, give him a little kiss."
Yeah,
we go way back.
They stiffed us on the bill,
right?
Like,
but that was probably a guy like you, not like
So now we see Vigo, this giant painting, being pulled into the museum,
right? And it's a huge photograph. Is what it is.
Oh, is it really? It's just a photograph of that guy. They did they paint over it?
I don't know
because it
if
looks
they
painted.
If they painted over it or what they did with it, but I guess it still hangs somewhere. Industrial Light and Magic.
Oh, okay.
Maybe.
And Janosz.
Yes.
Everything he's doing is bad.
I want you to know this. Oh my God, I live.
He's so sassy. And so you see, now Dana, because she had a baby, has taken a break from the grueling life of being in an orchestra
to go clean priceless works
paintings.
Of art. Go again.
And those jobs aren't interchangeable.
I know. It's not like you can
playing
use
a cello
skill for the other.
Playing a cello doesn't make you capable of cleaning old paintings.
Does she just walk in? She's like a chameleon. She just walks in with that confidence and tops them. She's like, "Hey, guess what? I'm a painter cleaner now."
Maybe she owned her own microscope glasses and she just came in with them.
And she's like, just showed up.
I'm fucking
just
serious.
Because Janosz wants to
Yeah, he does. He got a big old crush. Big old crush.
Big old crush.
He asks her to lunch every day, and every day she's got an excuse.
Do you want to do something? He said, "No, you can't do something. Do I have bad breath or something?"
And you see the Vigo head bulges out and looks at Janosz as
big ass head ass, that huge ass head ass. I know, it's so big. It's so big. Like the big old shoulder pad things don't even detract
from the size
of his head.
I know.
The sheer size of it.
And then we go back to Ray, who's working at his shop, which that's what he has in the new.
Yeah.
The continuity of Ray's occult, which is still where he works in the new ones.
Uh-huh.
And he's got, and God, is this not the dream to own an occult shop? Wouldn't that be fucking amazing? Just sit there all day with all your.
I want to be like that weird lady from The Craft with her
cortina
de ojo.
yeah.
Look behind my cortina de ojo.
That sounds sexual.
I know.
It's like de ojo sounds like butthole eye or something. I don't know. The cord of my butthole eye.
The cord. I get paid extra for that.
And Venkman comes in looking for a love potion aerosol to spray on a penthouse pet or whatever. He came in for his book he pre-ordered.
Right. And he's like, what are you guys doing? You want to go
what are you working on?
Get something to eat or whatever? And they're like, no.
Working on something for an old friend.
Who?
And he grabs Ray by the ears to get him to
Egon,
tell.
how's school?
Right? And he finally twists it out of his ears that it's Dana Barrett that they're doing work for.
My Dana Barrett?
So cut to Dana playing cello. She's got her housekeeper there with the baby.
Right.
When there's a knock on her door.
And it's Egon and Ray.
And she's about to close the door and...
I know I'm just asking for the big heart. But here I am.
And she's like... And he goes, he tortured it out
He
of
pulled
me.
my ears. I'm so sorry.
And so they go
I'm sorry.
Ray and Egon go to examine the baby.
Right. They're like, we got to go check out this baby and whatever. So while they're doing that...
Venkman picks up her cello and plays it like a guitar.
Oh, no. When he turns on, she's like, hello, Peter. And he turns on, hello, Dana.
Right? Trying to be all sexy.
Hello, Dana.
And he asks her about her husband ditching her. And she's like,
so he
didn't
ditched
ditch me.
We were having problems and he left to go to an orchestra in London. Like, oh, yeah, so he ditched you.
You would have been better off marrying me.
Oh, really?
You never asked. And when I brought it up, you got
get
drowsy and fell asleep. I'm a man. I'm sensitive. I need to be loved. I need to be desired.
Come on.
You guys.
Come on.
I know how you are. You're all Venkmans.
You're all Venkmans, aren't you? Bunch of Venkmans, the lot of ya.
And she's like, oh, I left when you started introducing me as the old ball and chain. So now, as bizarre as the exam of Oscar is, he seems fine. They didn't do anything intrusive.
Right. He's ticklish. He can hear things. He can see.
And so they leave Venkman with the baby and task him with the stool sample acquisition.
Right.
While they sweep for valences in the
yes,
baby's
they
room.
go check out the baby's room, and he's like, look at all these toys. And of course, Egon
never
didn't have any
toys.
toys. My parents didn't believe in them.
You didn't even have a slinky?
I had part of a slinky, but I straightened it.
So Egon. And of course, Venkman's adorable with the baby.
Oh, he's playing with the baby, and he's like, well, he's ugly. And
Was
he
his father
stinks.
ugly?
Yeah, I bet his father was ugly. Daddy is stinky.
What's his name?
Oscar.
Oh, named after a hot dog.
You poor man. You poor boy.
And you can tell this baby loves Bill Murray.
Oh, I know.
This baby is loving this shit. He's got a big old smile on his face.
He's like, well, you're excited now because Mama's here to get a stool sample.
But Egon wants to run some gynecological tests on the mother.
Who wouldn't?
Egon.
Who wouldn't?
Right? Who wouldn't want to run some gynecological tests on
Right?
Sigourney Weaver? And if you've watched the Alien movies, you know it's all about space gynecology.
I know.
So she's used to it.
All about.
So they go out to the street because they don't really find much of
No, they
anything
were like,
inside the apartment. So they
Take us
go
to
out
where this happened.
where the pram got taken off, and
Yeah.
they're like, "Oh shit! Like something's under the street here.
There's goo down here. So
They got goo down here."
we got some goo. So now they're going to dig a hole.
And where'd they get all this equipment? You got jackhammer and
I
shit.
don't know.
And all the little city, where I guess they weren't like official city uniforms, clearly.
No, but they
like,
got dressed up in their city uniform drag.
And of course, this cop
And
stops.
it's in the street. Like, it's not even
Yeah,
off.
it's like in the middle of the street.
Like, the pram
Like
was
a
not
main
in
street.
the street.
Like
Like,
they could have done it on the sidewalk.
I feel like that would have been less noticeable.
I guess that was the hottest spot.
Maybe.
on the
Oh, right.
PKE
Because he had the
meter.
little. Oh, yeah. Where'd you open? Well,
Oh, it's in the Doom Room boxes. I got a PKE meter.
no.
Leona worked at Spirit Halloween last year, and she got me a PKE
That's
meter.
right. And
Had
now
to
it's
dig
in
it out.
the fucking Doom Room box. Again, sorry. I didn't
know.
mean to bring it up. I didn't know that's where it was.
So the cops stop him, and Ray calls for his boss, which is Venkman. You tell him to stop cutting?
You tell him stop cutting? Who told you to stop cutting?
Why don't you let us work? We let you work.
Some bonehead downtown.
Some diaper bag
Yeah, some
downtown.
diaper bag downtown's got us working on a Saturday. Hey, ho, ho.
Right, Zeke?
Hey. Yo.
Yeah, I know Egon with his yo. That's as good as he can do. So they leave. The cops leave, and Egon has uncovered an old air shaft. And they need a deeper reading. Someone has to go down there, and they
Yeah,
both
somebody's got to go down there.
look over
Somebody's
at
got to
Ray.
go down there.
And at the museum, Janosz is working on Vigo.
Oh, yes. When he gets
Lightning shot
eyes.
out off of his
Oh,
ladder.
yeah, that's right. It zaps him right off of there first. Not lightning eyes yet.
And the ghost introduces himself.
Yeah.
Scourge of Carpathia,
The sorrow
of Moldavia, command you.
Yes, command me, Lord.
On a mountain of skulls and the castle of pain, I sat on a throne of blood.
I do that monthly.
No, Vigo, we got you beat. What was will be. What is will be no more. Now is a season of evil.
Ooh, the season. Evil?
I still say evil like that. Find me a child that I might live again. And then he shocks him right in the eyeballs.
Oh, woo, woo.
And Janosz loves it.
He
Now
does.
he's ready to go find him a child.
It did not take much.
No, well, I mean, I guess ghost
Command
lightning in
me,
your
Lord.
eyeballs
Command me, Lord.
does something to you.
He wants to be topped by Vigo when in fact. And is this not, I feel like this guy, Wilhelm
Peter
von
MacNicol? Oh, no, the Vigo guy?
Vigo. I feel like he got upset and walked out of the premiere because that's not his voice. And I want to say
Really?
it's Max von Sydow.
I think that's
Is
what
that
it's called.
true?
Let me double check. but I saw him.
Did you see
Because it
something
matches
like
really
that?
well with his mouth. Like, I
know.
didn't ever notice.
But I guess he didn't know that it wasn't going to be his voice.
Oh, that's always a bummer.
Wouldn't
when
it
you hear
be
that.
weird if his voice, it was like beef?
Right?
Right?
Like, that's got to
It
be
turns out he was
a
like
bummer.
beef. And he was like, this place is pizzazz.
That's what he sound. See, you sound like right now. You sound like beef right now.
You sound like, oh my God, you sound like beef right now.
And so now Ray is headed underground on a wire,
Yes, they are dropping him down underneath the city streets.
and he finds
It was?
Max von Sydow who did the
Wow.
voice. Wow.
Wow, old ass, young ass, old as fuck.
Right?
Max
Who
von
knows how
Sydow,
old
yeah.
he was in 1989? I don't
Right?
even know.
Is he 17? Is he 70? I don't know.
You'll never know.
Nope.
But what you do know is there's slime.
Oh shit!
A river of slime.
It's the old pneumatic way, the old pneumatic train
transit
line
system.
Yeah.
So he goes down for a scoop of slime, but the city worker supervisor, the Con Ed guy,
right.
shows
They're
back
like,
up with the cops.
Hey,
The phone line's across the street.
Right now, what I tell you? The phone lines are over there.
Oh, really? Because like here's the Con Ed guy, and we know you're not with them. You're not with the fucking
Right.
phone
So
company.
tell me another one.
It's a gas leak.
Right. Like, oh shit.
So Ray gets his slime sample, and the slime starts reaching up for his
Right.
fucking
And he's
ankles.
like, oh fuck, you gotta pull me up. And they're like, dealing with the cops, and they're like, oh shit, Ray's down there.
And they pull him up so fast, he
I
knocks
know.
out the power line and puts out all of downtown New York City.
Ooh, whoops. Just like Summer of Sam.
Oh man, we gotta do that one
Winter of
eventually.
Ray.
Winter of Ray. So Dana goes in to check on Oscar in the blackout, and Janosz knocks on her door.
Oh shit.
I can't do the accent.
Right.
I just happened to be in the
I
neighborhood.
was in this neighborhood and I came by. How are
I
you
stopped to
okay?
check
That
on
was
you.
the baby.
The baby.
Woo!
He's sleeping.
Oh, but I would. That's another thing my fucking family says a lot.
Oh, but I
Oh, but I
would.
would. I sent a picture to my brother and he sent back that. He's like, oh, but I would.
Oh, but
said,
I
know. I
would.
knew you were going to say that. I knew it.
He's like, you want me to come in? She's like, no.
Hey, you know.
No,
Do
thank
you
you.
want me to come in? Do you need anything? She's like, no, we're good. And he's got light eyes.
Oh yeah, she shuts the door and he fucking light beam eyes
I
his
don't
way
like
down the hall.
Light eyes. I don't like the light eyes at all. I don't like them.
I feel like there was an episode
it's like the
of Real
nuns.
Ghostbusters where it wasn't Janosz, but
Yes,
that they did a
somebody
thing
had a light
with the
eye.
light eyes.
Some of those ghosts were kind of scary.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of scary. I liked that cartoon.
Oh,
My
yeah,
brother
I
had
loved
all
it.
the shit. My younger brother had all the
Oh, the
shit.
toys?
Like
I don't think I
man.
had the toys.
They had the trap and the proton pack and the slime and the fucking firehouse and the ecto one and all the little figures. He still's got them. He still's got them.
Really?
Uh-huh. My son
Wow.
plays with them.
That's awesome. I'm jealous.
Ah, jalouse. He's even got the one, it's a haunted toilet. And it's got like, it looks like the toilet from Look Who's Talking. And it rolls, and when it rolls, it like opens its mouth and sticks out its tongue.
Oh, I just had the Happy Meal toys, the one where it was like I had the
yeah.
the grandma that like you put the thing up her back and then
Right,
like her
like
mouth
the
opened all
huh?
big and the tongue flopped out.
Yes.
And there was like you could get the ghost eraser that was like the logo, and they had little notepads and
Cute.
there was a bunch of stuff.
I know, it was everywhere. Like it was just a thing again.
And now the Ghostbusters are in trouble because they knocked
Uh-oh.
out fucking power lines.
They have to go on trial.
And Judge Wexler don't want to hear none of
He
your
don't-
ghost bullshit.
No, he sure the fuck don't.
And
he's
Louis
angry.
Tully was not a good choice to
No,
defend
he
them
does
in court.
mostly tax law. I don't know why you called me.
Right? Even he knows. Like, I'm not gonna.
I don't know if you want to do this. Like, you probably should wait for a public defender. It would probably be better.
But his clients aren't frauds, even though the blackout was an inconvenience. Because one time he turned into a dog and they helped him.
Right. And like,
Case dismissed.
he's got case closed.
Yes.
Case closed. Like nobody remembers this massive
Right?
happening.
No.
In like whatever. And I guess like that would stand to reason because they don't remember it like in the new ones either. Like them kids had to Google the shit that actually happened. We live in a universe
5 years
where all
later
of
they
these
already
things-
forgot.
Like it was almost the end of the fucking world.
Yeah.
The last time.
A lot of the insanity that happened.
I know. There's so much insane stuff that's happening all
I
the
guess. I mean, maybe it's a wild fucking city. It's a wild fucking. It is the city that never
time. Never
sleeps.
sleeps.
Is that
Yeah,
it?
Big
Okay.
Apple.
It's the Big Apple. You gotta take a bite at it.
And they've seized all their equipment, including that slime sample is
Right.
sitting on the little whatever
On the-
evidence table.
Yes, it's exhibit something.
And the Con Ed guy's like, hey, I've been underground and there wasn't no slime there before. I
Right.
think they put it there. They
Whatever's-
put 25,000 gallons of slime under there without
Did you
anybody
go
noticing.
down there and see anything else down there? Because also that pneumatic transit system was a real thing that existed for like 5 minutes. It wasn't like a thing
Oh,
that
really? It didn't
lasted.
do well?
No, it didn't do well, but it's not there anymore. Like it's repurposed for other tunnels or whatever. But yeah. Like, but you didn't, when they had to go down there to repair all of the stuff, it was visible from the hole in the ceiling.
Well, I guess
big
the
old river
slime
of
came
slime.
with Vigo, apparently. I don't know.
Maybe.
So when Venkman gets on the stand, he's like trying to feed Lewis lines.
I mean, when they fixed it that day after that
Oh,
fucking
right. They
happened.
didn't notice, all of that shit just then.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I mean.
So, Venkman's, of course, being a smartass and pissing the judge off, and that's making the slime react.
Right.
It's
There's
like,
like, oh, that's weird. I think Ray notices. Like he's
They
kind
start
of
looking over
elbowing
like,
Egon,
"Oh."
like, hey, hold on, go look at that shit.
And this is apparently not a jury trial because the judge just decides.
Right.
from
He was
nothing.
like, all right, I've heard enough of this shit.
And he is pissed. Like, this is so
Right?
unprofessional.
He
He's
was like, I
fucking
want you to
yelling.
be burned at the fucking stake.
Pretty much. And now the
He
slime's
literally
pissed.
says that shit, and that's what sets the slime off.
The slime starts bubbling. The wind's blowing. Like, come
The
on, sir.
Scolari brothers, like two like puppet dudes, pop out of the fucking
In
slime.
electric chairs.
Yes,
And he knows exactly who they
and
are.
they
He
got
tried
light
them
eyes
for murder.
too.
Yep.
Tried him for murder.
I gave him
Gave
the
him
chair.
chair.
Well, just tell him you don't believe in ghosts, Judge.
Oh, bitch. Because he's all, help me.
And they're like, well, no, we can't because you have ordered
Right.
us not to
I
battle
need you
ghosts.
to speak
so
to my attorney, and that's me. Is that what did he say? A judicial restraining or
but he called it restraining order or
it
something
was
like that.
Restraining, whatever. He said it stupid, but like they could be exposing themselves, and you don't want us exposing ourselves. He's like, all right, fine.
I rescind the order.
I
Case
rescind the order.
dismissed.
It's fine. It's cool. Whatever. Just do something.
So they strap on their packs, heat them up.
Strap on the packs, get equipped, grab proton pack on the back, and they split.
Ooh.
What about
Dope.
Vigo, Ray,
Egon? Do you think they wrote Winston out of the scene just so they could do that joke? Because it
Right?
wouldn't have worked. Do
I
Ray,
know. Well,
Egon, Winston would have not have been as funny.
Winston. No. Well, he was like, you guys are out here doing this shit. Like, I'm not crawling
I'm
in
not
no
going
holes.
in the sewer.
I'm not going to go on no trial. I
But
remember
he
what
does.
happened last time.
But he does.
Well, yeah, he does. He does.
So chairs start popping up off the floor. They light him up. They fucking miss the first time. They get all cocky thinking like, what did they think? They scared him away? You didn't
Right?
trap them. So where did you think they
where
went?
did they just left? They're like, oh shit, it's the Ghostbusters. We're out of
We're
here.
out of here.
Out of here.
So they come back. Venkman lassos one. Ray gets the other one.
Yeah.
Egon gets a trap. They get him in. Two in the box.
Ready to go. We
They
be fast and they be slow.
And as they go out, they announce
We're
to
the
the
best.
reporters,
We're the beautiful. We're the only
Ghostbusters. They're back. And we'll
they're back.
be right back.
Oh, yes, after this break.
We'll be right back.
Okay.
Ghostbusters. Yes,
We're back. Yes, we're back.
Oh, and here we go. Another banger.
I know. I had
Something
forgotten.
strange going on. Something. Yeah, there was like so many
Yeah.
more good songs in this that I did not
Right?
remember.
I did not have the full soundtrack.
I didn't. I had what I have right, here.
the
My single,
Ka-single.
Bobby Brown Ka-single
Bobby.
of On Our Own.
Bobby B.
Yep.
Bobby B with his Gumby hair.
On our own with rap, on our own without rap.
Yes.
Yes, it has two raps.
You gotta have the rap though.
You gotta. Come on.
And they're
Why
out
are you
there-
doing it?
They're out there fighting ghosts in Santa hats. They got new commercials out.
Oh yes, with balloons and hot thermal beverage mugs.
Yes. And that crystal shop ghost with the
Oh
laser.
shit!
Whatever.
I know. And then they broke all the things.
I know they broke everything in that shop. You might as well just let the ghost play with it. Damn.
Right? What was the point?
And this is where we see Slimer for the first time eating Lewis's lunch.
Right, and there was there was more story to that where like Lewis is trying to be a Ghostbuster, so he's constantly trying to bust
Any ghost?
Slimer. No,
just Slimer
specifically.
Oh,
So he
okay.
keeps trying, like, he's always getting into his shit. And it was like this whole Lewis and Slimer thing that they cut out of the whole movie.
Interesting. I would have liked to see that.
Yeah. That would have been fun. It would have been fun.
So they've got the plasm and they're microwaving it. They're insulting it. They're doing all these tests on the plasm.
They've been experimenting with it. He's like, you haven't been sleeping with it, have you?
And
you have.
but it's Egon who's been sleeping with it. Like you'd think it'd be Ray. Ray's the one who gets BJs from ghosts.
He is a research scientist.
And what does that mean if he's sleeping with it? Because he looks ashamed. So like
he's just fucking it like a.
Did Egon put his wiener in that slime?
Why not?
Egon.
Why not?
Did he is that how he's microwaving it for?
Right, he needed it warm.
Warm it up.
Yeah, warm it up, baby. Egon wants to stick his dick in it.
And does he sing "Your Love Is Lifting Me Higher" to get it to like pop around?
Lifting me higher than I ever been lifted before, my dick.
Yes, because they put it in the toaster
higher.
and play that song, and it does a little dance.
I love that song.
It's a great song. And they put that slime in on top of their toast. There was toast in that fucking toaster when they poured
And the
slime
toast
in
came
it.
out dry?
Yeah. That wasn't very much slime.
No.
So yeah, then of course Venkman
was like,
pretends it's
"Oh,
eating his hand.
How did you ever fall for it? The old man-eating toaster.
So Venkman goes to see Dana at the museum.
Oh, yes.
And Vigo's making making smirks at Dana,
I know.
whatever.
And she's like, she feels like it's looking at her. She tells Peter that. But yeah, like, she goes, is this where Janosz comes up? Like,
oh, I know you from TV, whatever.
Right,
and,
this handshake, this little, he just puts his hand in there.
And Venkman starts talking about Vigo and about how he's a bit of a sissy, isn't he?
He is.
He's a powerful magician and genius.
In many ways. She's like, yeah, he was also a homicide or genocidal maniac and a loon.
And the Carpathian kitten loss.
He's missed his kitten. We'll just go ahead and
We're
put
going to paint one in.
No. You go now. Yes, I think yes, go.
The joyfulness is over.
Who is he, Balky?
I'm telling you, he's from
doing a
Meepos.
Balky.
He's from Meepos.
He's doing a Balky
He's
right
doing
now.
one of those general accents of from nowhere.
Right? The Upper West Side.
The Upper West
Where
Side
are
of
you from,
Meepos.
Johnny? Yeah, the Upper West Side of Meepos, most likely.
And this is where, and Dana tells Peter, I feel like sometimes that painting is watching me and smiling at me.
I hate it ever since they brought it out of storage.
And they turn around and see Janosz talking to the painting as they leave.
Like, oh, look at that little wiggler.
So Dana starts making a bath. So we're now at night. She's back in her apartment. She's making a bath for the baby and herself. She's going to get in the bath with the baby.
Right. And nobody knows why she took her shirt off. That was not in the whatever. Like, nobody can remember whose idea that was for Dana to take her shirt off. If it was Sigourney Weaver's
She was all,
idea.
do you see how perky these titties are?
You need to see
I'm
these
over
titties.
40 and these titties are perky.
Look at these titties.
Or, I don't know. Was she over 40?
You know what? I
She
don't
might
know,
not have
but
been. Probably
she's
30s.
they're lucky she didn't get that bush out.
That would have
They're
blasted
lucky.
that baby out of the room. It would have filled
You know what?
the
It
whole
would have fought
bathroom.
that fucking goo. She could have just taken
Yes,
that
just
bush out.
versus goo.
Bush versus goo.
Yep.
A fucking battle for the ages.
And I'm sorry, I think I would have noticed the difference in
The
fast
sound?
running water and then
Yes.
suddenly it gets quiet and it's like,
You ain't got mom ears?
yeah, you would notice the sound.
You ain't got mom ears when something don't sound right?
But
to
by
you?
the time she notices and turns around,
It's
that
like a
slime is
whole-
full
it's
coming
a
at
full
you.
Muppet.
Yeah.
It's
coming
like
at
it's
ya.
coming at you.
It's the bubblegum guy from Mighty Boosh.
Mr. Bubble. Oh no, yeah,
No,
the
from Mighty
Bubblegum.
Boosh.
Yeah, what was his name?
Oh God, Charlie.
Charlie Bubblegums.
I was looking up how old Sigourney was, and I missed that you switched from her bush to the bubble. I thought you called her bush a Muppet.
Her bush is a Muppet
Her
too.
bush is also a Muppet. It's made out of Muppet.
Come a Charlie, come a
Charlie,
Charlie, bubblegum a Charlie.
Yeah,
Yes, that's what it is.
Charlie, Bubblegum Charlie.
And so she runs out to Venkman's house in her bra. She grabs a trench coat.
Mr. Bubble. No.
No, Charlie,
Oh, duh.
of course. And so she runs to his apartment and like this couch, why is it like a Christmas couch in Venkman's apartment? It's like all Christmas colors, and he's got a little silver
maybe
Christmas
he got it
tree.
for the season because it is.
I don't think
Christmas
it
time.
even is Christmassy, but it just happens to be those colors.
I guess so. And he's got a cool apartment too.
He does, even though it's covered in crap.
Well, it's
if
covered
it
in
wasn't,
crap because I mean, like his room's pretty cool. Like he's got those little tiki things in there. It's
he's
like
got that cool couch. He's got some cool like
fully functioning Beyblade
retro appliances, but it's just
his
like
yellow fridge. Did you see that? I want a fridge like that.
it's just covered in layers of his dirty clothes.
Of shit. Well, we'll get into that.
And so she comes over. The
I didn't know
bathtub
where
tried
else
to
to
eat
go.
Oscar.
Could you imagine going somewhere like where else could you go?
You could only go to
than
Venkman's.
or a Ghostbuster
Yeah.
in general to talk about how the tub tried to eat me and my son.
So he, of course, just accepts that as fact because it is, and it's Dana, and he's a Ghostbuster.
Right, this is your place now. Like
There's
no
no
it's cool.
question of like, are you sure you're not
No,
hallucinating?
you're staying right here. Like it's cool. Well, I'm gonna call up the guys.
Yeah,
I'm
he
gonna
sends
send them over
Ray
there.
and Egon over to her place,
Right.
and Egon Googles basically the equivalent 1989
Right.
equivalent.
What did they call
I can't
that?
remember what they-
not Tobin's Spirit Guide, but it was something else.
But he looks up Vigo's history and
Yes.
finds out like he's got a twisted, ugly history.
Oh yeah, like there's all kinds of fucking. And he was like, "Do you think there's the connection?" He's like, "Is the atomic weight of cobalt 58.9? It must be.
Clearly.
It must be."
So Venkman, meanwhile, is wrapping Oscar in Joe Namath sweatshirt.
Oh, I got this from a girl who got this from Willie Joe Namath.
And he's like, if you could not hose it down
Why
or
would you
whatever.
put
It's like,
that on a
it's on a
baby?
naked baby.
That
He's
baby's
gonna
gonna
shit in it. Yes.
Thank you, Jinx.
To sleep, you're going to put that baby to bed
Yes,
in
the
your
baby's
sweater.
gonna
It's
sleep.
going to shit and piss in it.
No, you might as well just put the sweater over the child and wrap it up like a little
Yeah.
fucking straitjacket. Swaddle him.
It would seriously tie a knot in the bottom.
Right,
Keep
a
it
little
all in.
papoose. He'll sleep good. Give him a little French bread pizza, pass right out.
Oh, God. So Venkman goes in and flops on the bed and tries to sexily invite her into his pigsty.
What works for me is if I lay on my side, your arm draped over me. Do it the other way,
I get your hair caught in my throat and,
and
I
I
choke in the night.
She's like, yeah, how about me and the baby in here and you out on the couch?
It's a way to go.
Where you were sleeping any fucking way.
Right? He was already asleep on the couch.
She
fully
like gets
dressed.
in these crusty sheets. Like, actually, can we wash these
Yeah,
first?
really. Can we lay something
When
else on
was
top
the
of
last time you washed this comforter? When was the last time you washed this duvet?
this? The smell.
Duvet.
But maybe he's never slept in it. Maybe he always sleeps on the couch.
Maybe
Who
he
knows?
does. Maybe he sleeps on the floor. Maybe he sleeps. I don't know what he do.
I don't know.
Do you think he gets laid like
I don't
any
know.
kind of semi-regularly?
They
Any
made
of
it
them?
seem in the first one like he leches on the young college students
Well,
that
yes.
he pretends are psychic.
Obviously, but he's not actually getting any pussy from them, right? Like
wouldn't think
those
so.
girls are not really that face. I mean, like he's funny,
Right?
but he ain't that funny.
So the next day they go to check out this painting. And they're talking about how Vigo lived to be 105 and he didn't die of natural
he
causes.
was poisoned, stabbed, shot, guillotined, beheaded, disemboweled, and finally, right before his head died, he said, "Death is but a window, or death is but a doorway. Time is but a window. I'll be back."
Wasn't he also known as Vigo the Butch?
Yes, Vigo the Butch.
And as soon as they walk in, Janosz is like, no,
No, you must go. No. And he's all, "Who's this little wiggler?"
Ray,
He's all, "Yours,
sick 'em."
Ray. Sick 'em.
We got a report there was a major creep in the area, and you were
You're
on top of the list,
Top of the
Janosz.
list.
And the whole room is extremely hot. They're doing their readings,
Oh yeah,
and
and
everything's
it's like
going
all
off.
of this shit is like beep 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 beep.
Venkman goes to take his modeling shots of Vigo. Get
Right.
me angry. You've had a bad day. Ooh,
Destroy
scary.
me,
Ooh.
destroy me. And Ray's getting like all
Hypnotized by the Vigo
yeah,
eyes.
hypnotized by Vigo eyes.
Winston snaps him
He's
out
like,
of it.
"Hey, you all right? You know, coming down with something?" Winston, who has a very limited
Role in this, yeah.
Always.
Always,
I
unfortunately.
know.
He's
It's
not
fine. He
part of the
doesn't-
main crew.
Well, is it because he's not a doctor?
I guess, because they're all research scientists or doctors of some sort, but still. He's
Still,
just
it's
the
not
muscle.
Right. It's just not right. It's bullshit, is what it is. We're gonna come up on some bullshit pretty
is.
soon. Pretty soon.
So back at Venkman's, he comes home to find Dana has cleaned. Oh no.
Oh no, she cleaned.
And she comes out of the tower wet in a towel. She knows what she's doing.
Of course she do.
She knows he's there.
Of course she do. She's sleeping in there. Like, come over here and look at me in my towel. Well, he did. To be fair, he had to go to her place and get clothes.
Yeah.
She didn't have any clothes.
True. She was wearing like
She
his
could
shirt.
have worn his clothes.
She was wearing like his shirt before, I think, or something.
Yeah.
So he asks her out. He's like, I got a babysitter. And Janine Melnitz from my staff. The way he says
I
that,
know.
from my staff. I
Like,
don't know why
she
it's
doesn't
funny.
know Janine.
From my
Like, she
staff.
doesn't know Janine.
And he, of course, only brought her like sexy outfits to wear on the date because he picked out all the clothes that
Of
are
course,
in the
a
suitcase.
selection. And he's like, she goes, as long as you don't try any of those old cheap moves. Like, oh, no.
I got all new cheap
all
moves,
new
baby.
cheap moves.
So Janine's heading out of work to babysit, and Lewis is leaving with her and is like, hey, you want to go out to dinner?
She's like, well, I would, but I got to babysit at Peter's. Like, why don't you come and babysit with me?
And he accepts.
Well, I guess I can get the address from the W-2 and like walks into
In
traffic.
the middle of the street.
And I love her look. She's like
I
a
know.
style icon.
I was honestly considering cutting my hair after I was like, can I get
Right?
away with Janine hair?
Can I get a blunt?
It's got so much body though.
I know. It's like a wig. If I
Yeah.
you know what? I'll just get a wig. I need to get a Janine wig, like a red with the blunt bang.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the cute little bump it.
She's got kind of like Lydia Dietz bang almost. It's like PC short.
A little
like,
bit, but it's more blunt.
pointy.
Like when you see her later.
Yeah. But in this scene, I think it was
And
like
I love
kind
the
of
coat.
PC.
And
She's
just
always
all
cute.
of the little
She's always looking
outfits and
cute.
little boots, so click clack, and her glasses.
Mm-hmm.
I love it.
So now we're back. Ray and Egon are examining the photos that Peter
Yes.
took of Vigo.
Yeah, they're looking at their like I guess in the little photo developing room or
I
whatever.
got to do that one time.
Oh,
I got
like
to go to
develop
RCC's
photos?
photography lab and
Oh.
develop my own photos in elementary school.
Ooh, that's exciting.
We did a photography, like a little lesson where we made our own the oatmeal. Speaking of,
Oh yeah.
what's his name? The oatmeal
Wilfred
canisters,
Brimley.
Wilfred Brimley. And take photos that way. And then we got to like borrow some cameras and take photos. And then we took all of that to the RCC photography lab and got to process our own
Oh, that's cool.
film. I feel like there's got to be those pictures exist somewhere, unless you know me.
Well,
Maybe
it's
they got
probably
thrown
somewhere
away.
right next to the Red Hot Chili Peppers poster signed by Alice
Exactly
Cooper.
that maybe exists. Maybe I made
the
this up
event
too.
did happen, so
We did
it had
verify the
to-
event happened.
That we did verify. In fact,
Maybe
that
I just
100%
dreamt I was there.
Right, you weren't even actually there.
I never even went. I
That
just
would've
saw it
been
on
hilarious. It was like that brother you made up.
TV. Yeah, when I was a little kid and I made up a brother that died in a car accident when I was like 5. So they see in these photos the river of slime comes
Right,
out.
Ray's like,
in the
I've seen it
photo.
before. When you had me dangling under Fifth Avenue, that's the river of slime.
And
then
as soon as
everything
he says
bursts
it,
into flames.
Yeah, the door locks, everything bursts into flames, and they
Right.
shout for Winston. And like, how did he already know to come with a fire extinguisher?
Because they were yelling
Were they
fire.
yelling fire?
Yeah,
Okay.
they were yelling fire. They're like, we can't get out. They're yelling fire. Winston jumps in to save the
Saves
day.
the day.
Saving the day. Saving the day. That's from the first one.
So Dana and Pete are out on their date.
Right. Well, they're all dressed up. They're going out. And as they're leaving, the other guys.
The Ecto-1 pulls up to the curb.
Right. And they're like, oh, shit. We got to go down underground.
in the subway and sewer system, and he's like, Dana,
Yeah.
you blow off dinner and go with these guys?
Egon thinks there might be a huge surge in the cockroach breeding.
And she
down
just
there, so
smiles and
taxi!
hails a taxi. Women, huh?
I know. Like, sorry, guys. Y'all have fun.
So the other 3 go down into the old subway line,
Oh, man. Like, no.
and they're scaring Winston about sewer rats.
Shut up about the rats. He's like, yeah, they're big as cats. Come in here. Like, you don't have to worry about the roaches.
gotta
It's
worry
the
about them.
rats. Oh, no.
And they start playing with their echo in the tunnel, but when Winston yells, hello,
And
and
they're
then
like,
suddenly there's like heads on spikes
right?
around them,
Why
and then
are
those
there
are
heads
gone.
on pikes down there?
I don't know.
What is that? They're so wet.
And then-
See? And they look so good. Again, if you build it
And
and
make
get
it
it
wet.
wet, it's effective.
They will love it.
It's effective and it's good, and more people should do that.
Get it wet.
Get it wet.
So then those disappear,
Life in general.
and they decide they're going to go back for their proton packs, but there's a rumble.
Oh, what? That sounds like a train.
Nah.
He's like, no, it's been
Abandoned for 50 years.
Yeah, there's nothing down here. It's like probably one of the lines above us or something.
And then the ghost train runs right through Winston. Poor Winston.
I know. Bullshit number one. He has to get hit by the ghost train.
And then Ray just like pops over and disappears right during the ghost train incident.
Did you get a fucking, did you see the number on that locomotive? Like, sorry, I fucking missed it. Because he talks about the old New York Central line. He was like, it crashed. It killed a lot of people, hundreds of people. And they're like, wait a minute, where's Ray? Ray.
He's like, whoa, I'm right here.
Right. He's like,
I found a hole.
Oh, good. Let's crawl in the fucking hole. What about the packs?
Don't go back for the packs.
Nope, they don't go back for the packs. What about the packs? What about the rats?
And they find the river of slime.
There it is.
And they go to check the depth. And then poor Winston.
Again, poor Winston. Bullshit number two. Winston gets pulled into the river of slime, and to their credit,
at least they jumped in after him. Didn't just go. Oh, well,
I guess
going back upstairs.
He wasn't immediately dissolved,
right? So I guess we better go after him.
So they jump in, and they're all flowing down this river of slime. And now, meanwhile,
cut back to the date.
Dana and Peter are having. She's doing a toast like, "Oh, it's me."
She's toasting the most charming, kindest, most unusual man I ever broke up with.
Oh, it's me.
And they talk about why the reasons they broke up, and they kiss.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And back to Lewis is putting Oscar to sleep with his boring story about
like tax stories, but like about the 7 dwarves or something.
I don't know. He's instilling tax information with
He
whatever's
puts
fairy
the baby
tale.
right out.
He does.
He puts him right out, and now Janine's feeling frisky.
Ooh, yeah, she is. She
Feeling
rolling that
frisky.
crystal ball in her crotch, like
right. She like did an everything shower and shaved.
Why did I make a Chamberlain sound? Janine's all. She because I said crystal, dark crystal. Janine the crystal. And he's like, "Oh, you want to play Boggle or Super Mario Brothers?"
I hate
my
that.
kid came out
so fucking much.
My youngest came out after he's never seen this movie, and he happened to be in the kitchen right at that point, and I didn't even know he was there. And he peeped his head out, and he goes, "You want to play Mario Brothers?"
Oh, I hate it. I hate it. I understand. I don't know if that's like a New York thing or what, but
Mario?
I fucking hate Mario. I hate that. I hate that. There's a whole episode of fucking Golden Girls where B. Arthur saves little Mario Lopez.
Oh, Mario Lopez?
Mario Lopez. His name is Mario.
Oh, wow.
And she calls him Mario, and I fucking hate it.
I don't remember that one.
His jaw is like doubled in size. He's got the handsome Squidward.
Oh, I have not seen him lately.
Has he got fillers?
Probably.
I don't know. So, but she don't want to play Boggle. She wanted to get down. She's like,
nah, I want
to be a mother.
You want to try it?
So
tonight?
The other 3 pop out of the sewer drenched in slime and trying to fight each other.
Right. They start arguing and they're going to fight. And Egon's like, wait a minute. Take this shit off.
Take your clothes off.
Strip.
And I'm sorry, it's still like all over their faces. You're telling me just taking their clothes off would have stopped it? Like,
I guess.
wipe it off your head
Yeah,
first.
it's like contact with your skin. I feel like that's the...
Yeah, with the skin would mean more than with the...
Skin to skin.
Yeah. So they run right into their romantic fancy dinner.
They run
all
into...
slimy.
Oh, man. And they like raise gesturing and bukkakeing that lady across the way.
Boys, you're scaring the straights.
Yes.
Can this wait till tomorrow? And that's when Ray flings slime at some diner.
Exactly. Like, we got to get out of here. So...
And the cops show up, and here we go. Well, I guess we're gonna have to take control.
We got.
If it's up to us, we've got to take it.
Too hot to handle, too cold to hold. We call the Ghostbusters because they're in control.
And Bobby Brown is the doorman
Bobby B.
who lets them in.
He's like, hey, do you have any one of those proton packs
For my niece or whatever? Like
my little brother. And like,
my
he's
little
like,
brother.
Ray's thinking about it. But Egon tells him sensibly that the proton pack is not a toy.
They're too hot to handle and too cold to hold.
You have to
call us Ghostbusters because we're in control.
Come on. They were doing a party for a bunch of children when all the wild slime was under the building.
Exactly.
Trying to battle my boys? That's not legal.
No.
Ooh. I said they're in control. You know it. You know it.
Anyway, Dana goes
Banger.
back to find
Banger.
Lewis and Janine making out on her couch, and she does not care. She's like, whatever,
I know,
they're
she'll-
adults. The child's asleep.
But
It's
they're
fine.
not going to leave.
Right? They're like, oh, we shouldn't leave her alone. We should make out on her couch more. Don't they both live alone? Go back to one of y'all's houses.
He used to have a roommate, but his mom moved to Florida.
Yes, so
And
we
where
know
does
you live
Janine
alone.
live?
And so wait, he used to have a roommate. He didn't have a roommate when he was Dana's neighbor. His mom didn't live with him.
I know.
So when was that?
Hold up.
Sometime in the last
Oh,
5
wait,
years,
because
his mom
it blew
moved
up.
in.
So in the last 5 years, he had to probably move back in with mom because that building blew up.
Maybe, yeah. And then
That
she moved to
building blew
Florida.
up.
So yeah, she goes to check on Oscar. He's fine. Lewis
Yeah.
and Janine go back to making out.
Yes.
So the mayor comes in to find the Ghostbusters in his office. He gives him 2 minutes to explain.
Right. And it's not going well.
Winston finally dumbs it down after Ray and Egon get all sciencey.
Exactly.
But then what's his name? The assistant starts talking
Hardemeyer.
again.
Yeah.
And the mayor's like, they're telling him, we got to get the New Yorkers to be nice. And he's like, being miserable and treating others like dirt is every New Yorker's God-given right.
I'm not going to go on the news and tell people to be fucking nice to each other.
So he's not going to help him.
Nope. He's out of here.
The Hardemeyer guy's like, oh, yeah, I'll listen to what you got to say. I'll help you out.
Actually, do you want to tell this story to some of our friends downtown? He's like, oh, it must be done immediately.
Cut to committing them to a mental health ward.
And the way that they're hollering with little Brian Doyle Murray,
I know.
like
it's
they
Bill
are
Murray's
not
brother.
helping their case. They are not helping their case.
No.
And again, I ask you, were they not most likely committed to the same fucking place the last time that
Right?
this
Do
shit
they
happened?
not know? You guys, ghosts exist. You guys are all aware of this. What the
Did
hell?
they put them in the same fucking institution last time?
I don't remember.
Was Brian Doyle Murray in charge Murray in charge last time when they were locked up? And did he remember? Oh, wait. The Ghostbusters, the last time the world almost ended?
Like, maybe we shouldn't lock them.
Maybe we should
Lock
listen.
them away.
Maybe we should
forgot
listen.
it because of collective trauma.
Yes, collective trauma made them forget.
They had the PTSD and they got the amnesias.
Yep.
Got it.
So now Janosz is talking to Vigo, who's just a floating head over a river of slime in his painting now.
Gigantic fucking head.
The season of evil begins with the birth
Right,
of a
he
new
was like,
year.
yes, the scourge. I've heard this before. This, the sorrow of Moldavia. Yes, command me, Lord. Go. Yeah, okay, there we go.
Right? Like, how hypnotized is he? Because he's like
I know,
over fucking
right. He's
Vigo
like,
shit.
Yeah. And then
Yes,
he
Lord.
asked
Yes, Lord.
him-
Thank you.
He was like, so anyway,
Can I have
the
the mother?
what she's fine is true. And he was like,
Yes.
yes, wife to you and mother to me. This is our best Max von Sydow.
So Janine and Lewis are watching TV, and Dana's like, "No, seriously, fuck off." And they're like, "No.
They're like, we're
good.
gonna watch Citizen Kane.
We're good."
We're gonna sit up and watch Citizen Kane tonight.
And the window in the bedroom opens on its
Uh-oh.
own, and Oscar is awake and turns to look at it.
Dana feels a little draft.
And she goes in and finds Oscar gone because he, this child who cannot walk,
Right, has
walked
crawled
out
out
onto the
the
ledge.
and is standing. Could you imagine
the panic. Oh my God.
Yes, the panic.
So she calls for Lewis and Janine, and she goes out on the ledge.
Of course.
And a ghost nanny.
Oh my God, it is so fucking scary. Peter MacNicol dressed up as a red-eyed
but like
fucking
he's
flying
a
nun.
human
Why?
living man.
I don't know. That arm.
Did he go get
Whoa.
a nanny costume and a
Girl,
wig,
probably.
and then have
Vigo
Vigo
made
turn
him do
him
them.
into an optical
Vigo made him do
illusion?
it. He was like, Vigo was like, I need you to go get this baby, but
We got to
I
make
want
it
you to
funny.
wear a little something for me.
Was it possession, maybe?
I don't
Perhaps.
know.
Because I mean,
Because
that
why is he a ghost? Like, it didn't make really sense to me that the ghost nanny was Janosz.
because somebody said
like-
it around the big table when they were talking about all this shit. And
They were
like,
planning
laughed.
this and Gremlins 2 at the same
Right,
time.
they laughed and they were like, we were watching Haunted Honeymoon and like decided, or no, not that, High Spirits.
High
and they were like,
Spirits.
you know what?
Just making him ghost nanny. Make it Janosz.
It'll be
So
funny.
he scoops him up with his big long arm.
Yes. Whoa.
And takes him. And she
No!
recognizes
and
it's
she
him.
was like, no, it's fucking Janosz.
It's
I gotta go
Janosz.
to the museum. She's like, I gotta get my baby.
So Lewis is like, I gotta find the guys.
Yes.
Cut to the Ghostbusters trying to explain to Bill Murray's older brother
Which
about
again-
ghosts.
Again, not going well.
They just sound increasingly
It sounds-
insane. And Venkman's just like, don't look at me.
I think they're crazy.
And when Dana pulls up to the museum, there's a storm of papers everywhere.
Right.
And when she goes in and shuts the door,
the ooze, the slime starts coming out
seals
and
up with
encasing
pink
the whole
slime.
fucking building.
and she finds Oscar on this stone altar in front of the Vigo painting, surrounded by candles.
This is not the blue boy here. This is Vigo.
And so, yeah, he comes out telling her about, oh, you've been chosen to be the vessel of Vigo. You will be the mother of the ruler of the world.
Right,
Doesn't that
a
sound
living
nice?
god. There are many perks to being the mother of a living god.
But she traps her behind this metal grate.
Right, she's like, nah, I don't want to do that shit.
And floats Oscar back to the altar.
Right.
And we see outside there's ghosts and slime all over the city.
is like all gooed up.
It's
all
getting
gooed
crazy.
up. And this whole, it's Spook City, girl. It's called Spook City.
It's called Spook City. The name of the song.
And I guess this, the living fucking coat
Furs,
was
yes.
supposed to be in the first one. And then they, of course,
Oh.
I love the
I love the living
I
furs,
love the living
yeah.
coat. I want one.
A living coat.
I want to live it. Well, not like for real, but I want like an animatronic fucking.
There you go. That would be
Mink.
awesome.
They make those like dresses now that have the.
Oh yeah,
You could do that.
I could do it. I
Kinetic,
could do
a
it.
kinetic fur.
I just have to build little minks because I couldn't bash them. I couldn't bash him for my own coat.
So the dock supervisor calls in that the Titanic just arrived.
Yeah, Cheech.
Cheech is the
Down
dock
there. Well,
supervisor, apparently.
better late than never.
So there's a meeting of all city authorities and Ben Stein up in there.
Of course, he's in there too, and also Philip Baker Hall.
I didn't even notice.
Philip Baker Hall is the other cop. I was like, oh shit, he's like an actor.
And the mayor comes in like, what the fuck
What
is
is
happening?
happening?
Call
Why-
the Ghostbusters.
He's like, all right, that's it. Call the. Cause again, they got some
Actually,
short fucking memories up in here.
I had them committed.
You had them what?
And the
I
mayor
was up
chases
last
him
night
out. Yes.
talking to Fiorella LaGuardia, and he's been dead for 50 fucking years.
Get the fuck out of my office, you're fired.
And get me the Ghostbusters.
And out the window, they see this purple cloud vortex
Again.
thing happening.
He's like, oh yeah, that looks a lot like the last time the world almost fucking ended in New York.
So they haul ass down. Lewis gets the Ghostbusters out.
Right,
And they
he
haul
goes
ass down
down
to the
there.
museum, which looks like a giant Jell-O mold at this point.
Of course, and everybody's already gathered down there for some reason.
Well, I guess because it's New Year's Eve and
Sure,
I don't
but
know
like
what that
I
built-
wouldn't want to be down there. It's like the stupid people that were partying on top of the fucking building in Independence Day. Like, oh yeah, let me go up there and greet them. Like, nah,
Right.
bitch, that's stupid.
So inside, Janosz is asking Dana to marry him. 'Cause this is where he says there are many perks in being the mother
to
of a
being
living
the
god.
mother of a living
And she
god.
starts to pretend to be into it so
Right,
she can
she's
get out of
like,
this metal
sure,
cage or
I
whatever.
could learn to love you.
And outside, the Ghostbusters are trying to proton pack the slime
they're
off,
like,
but it's
pull
not.
up, let's cook, and
it's not
nothing
working.
fucking happens, and everybody boos.
I know.
Booze.
They only tried for 30 seconds,
Booze?
y'all. Shut the fuck up.
And then they go right back to partying. Like they
Yeah.
fucking forget
Woo,
that just
New
happened.
Year's.
I know.
Fuck the Ghostbusters.
Right?
Woo!
Woo! This big old fucking brain Jello mold. There's always room for Jello.
So they decide they're going to need a tremendous amount of positive energy to break this
We
wall.
need a symbol.
A symbol everybody can get behind. And they all turn to look at the Ecto-1 license plate with Lady Liberty.
Oh shit!
And there they go. They go find
Down to
the Statue of Liberty.
Right.
And they hose down her insides with
which
fucking
they
slime.
set that shit up quick. They had to set up
Right?
a sound system,
Yeah.
a whole situation. They had to slime down the. I know it's smaller than we think it is.
Right.
It's not as
But it's
small as
still
the one
big.
in Las Vegas, but it's smaller than we think it is. That one's really small.
So they slime her up. They hook up
They
all these
slime her
speakers. And I had one of those Nintendo gamepad
Oh, yes.
controllers
Uh-huh.
they use.
And it fucking, it's like the remix of that song.
Your love keeps lifting me higher than I've ever
Lifting me up
Oh!
higher and
higher.
Bam, bam, bam.
And the
So-
slime's like, hell yeah, I'm
Yeah.
going for a walk, bitch.
Right? So she walks all her ass.
And I know, okay, I get that you can animate the slime, but how you control the slime?
I don't know. She knows where to go.
I guess.
She knows where to go. So now she's got an escort down the street.
Right? The cops just, instead of being like, holy shit,
What
Lady Liberty's
the
coming
fuck?
for us. They're
And
like,
everybody
"Woo."
is fucking stoked. It's like a fucking parade.
They love it. New
They
Yorkers love Lady Liberty,
love
baby.
this shit. I love it when you rough it. She's tough. She's a harbor chick.
And Lewis comes around. He gets Janine to zip him up
Oh.
in Venkman's spare
You look
uniform.
fantastic in this.
She's going to
I
fuck
was
him in that
born
uniform later.
to wear this stuff.
He's already panting like 10
Right,
steps
he
in.
runs
He's like, this
down
stuff's
to
heavy.
catch the bus,
Which is driven by Slimer. And I'm sorry, how's Slimer hitting the gas?
because he's a ghost.
He just has to will it.
Protoplasm.
Does he grow like a? Does he get a slime foot?
Yes.
One long slime
It's my
foot.
slime foot.
That's my
Why
gas
did-
pedal foot.
Why did that sound so Aqua Teen Hunger Force to me? Like, oh, it's old slime foot.
Old slime foot. So Dana and Janosz have on party hats and champagne.
Oh yeah, he made her put on a fucking.
A party hat. Well, I'm about to turn your baby into. I mean, I guess
Sure.
it's exciting. He's going to be the ruler of the world, right?
I guess.
And
He's gonna
sees-
have a big old head. Well, that baby already has a big old head.
And that where he's like Vigo's transposed
I know,
onto
like
the
his
baby's
head
face.
is the same size as the baby's head.
It's so big they
His
couldn't
head
even
is the
fit.
size of the baby.
Yeah, they couldn't fit his whole face on the baby's
They
face.
could put the baby inside his head.
And here come Lady Liberty peeking through the skylight.
Right? Keep kicking Libby. He's like, what the fuck is that? Because he's starting to get weak. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
what is that? There's people singing outside.
Yep.
And she like, I love it when you roughhouse. He's all drop the fucking hammer.
And they
bing.
bust the window, and the Ghostbusters drop down on
Right.
ropes.
And Dana grabs the baby.
And Vigo's gone from the painting.
oh shit. They
Yeah.
drop in.
They hose Janosz with this happy slime.
Hose him.
And then shit starts falling from the ceiling, and Dana gets wrapped up in a vacuum hose.
Right. Like shit gets all wild. And fucking Peter puts this baby and leaves him alone. Like they're tending to her.
I thought it was about to be a Willow moment where, like,
Right?
he's going to do, like, the pig disappearing trick or
Yeah.
something.
No, he puts this baby back here, even though there's 3 grown people
Yeah.
attending to Dana right now. Like,
Yes.
you do not need to leave this baby alone. It seems like it might be dangerous.
Right.
Because here come Vigo. Mm-hmm. Here come Vigo with the death breath.
And they hit him with the proton packs, but he's like, bitch slaps the
Right.
beams back at them.
Yeah, like,
And now they can't move, and he immediately finds the baby.
Of course.
And Venkman's like, hey, bimbo with the baby.
You, the
Starts
bimbo with the
making
baby.
dumb blonde jokes at him.
If you had brain 1 in that huge melon on top of your neck, you would be living it up in the beautiful San Fernando Valley. Who would
Only a
choose
Carpathian would come back to life
now in New York City?
Tasty pick, bonehead. And he just like continues to roast him, and he roars this like pulse of
That's
energy
the
at
death
them.
breath. He's like, oh,
Yeah.
that was really stupid.
And that's when they hear the singing coming from outside,
Right.
and he starts like convulsing, like,
Getting all like, he's all like coming out of focus, and Peter manages to scoot up there and catch the baby because he drops the baby.
And right as that's happening, Lewis happens to be shooting with his one proton
Right,
pack outside.
But it
And
was
everybody
the
thinks he
positive
saved the
energy
day.
that breaks up the Jello mold.
But first, Ray becomes Vigo.
Oh shit! I Ray am Vigo.
And with that potato head, though.
Oh god, with those little fucking like when your teeth fall out when you're little
little
and there's still
nubs.
that weird like tooth nub inside. That's
ugh.
what that looks like. It's gross.
And they hit him with the slime and the beams at the same time and get
Right.
him out of Ray and back into the painting.
Yes.
And it explodes inside the painting, and the slime breaks apart outside.
And everything is nice now.
Yes. Venkman and Dana kiss, and Ray and Janosz are like on ecstasy with
Of
the
course,
happy slime.
like they're all like, you know what? I love you. I love you.
you
Well,
too.
I love you too.
Do
And
the
they-
dance of joy.
Yes. Fetch me my vest.
I wouldn't have been surprised if he did the dance of
No,
joy
he
right then.
very well. He should know it.
But now the Vigo painting, and now this is just
Winston
dumb.
comes and sees this fucking painting, and it's definitely a fettuccine.
And what, did God paint this? Like,
I
what is the
know.
message here? There's a Renaissance painting of all the
They're all in
Ghostbusters around
togas
Oscar.
With Oscar.
You're telling me Vigo painted this before he
Yes.
left, or
That's
who
what
did
happened
this?
with the slime made that painting.
So they exit to cheers from the city and the
And
Bobby
now-
Brown rap.
Too hot to handle,
Too cold to hold. To call Ghostbusters because they ain't control.
Yeah, and it's again they've saved the city, thus the world, yet again, and again they were forgotten.
Just for everyone to forget about them.
Just for
in
them
20
to be
years
forgotten.
again.
Yeah. Although you notice, like once they came back, like all the shit happening, the jogger, the ghost jogger, like was that happening all the fucking time until they came back?
Right? Like, I guess it's
And
only
where were
when
they
there was
storing
weird
it?
surges of...
Where were they storing this shit? Because they
Because
blew
they
that
didn't
up.
have the shit anymore, so I don't know.
Well, I mean, I guess they were still in the firehouse, so maybe.
I know, but it seemed like they must have just got it back, but they must have had it the whole time.
I don't know. I'm still upset that Walter Peck became the fucking mayor.
Was that... Well, but that wasn't Walter Peck that was the mayor in this one.
In Frozen Empire.
Oh, that's right. That's right. In Frozen Empire,
I was like, is that
Yes, it was.
is that Dickless?
It sure was.
Is he the mayor?
And then we were talking about before we recorded that even though for us the Bobby Brown rap is what sticks out,
Oh, I
these
know.
closing credit songs
Wow.
are great.
Wow.
Doug E. Fresh Spirit,
Doug E. Fresh.
amazing. And Ghostbusters by Run DMC.
Run DMC.
I don't know why these did not
I
register
know.
with me as a child. Like
Well,
it was
because
just
of
the
Bobby
Bobby
B.
Brown.
It was the moment, I'm telling you, like Bobby B was fucking everywhere.
That's
every
true.
little
And that
step he
Gumby
took,
hair.
every little step he took was around your fucking life
Yep.
in that moment, in that time.
For sure. So we have for
Ooh,
the end of the
things.
year, I believe we have an email or two.
Ooh, how apropos for the very end of the year.
Probably unmute the TV now.
Unmute. Oh,
Oh,
wait.
yeah,
let's see.
'cause it's
I had to
probably-
click a button. I'm gonna have
Oh,
to
you
walk
gotta
over there
like
and
get
click a
up to
button.
do that. Fuck it.
So this one from Leo Allen, who has written to us before, our pal
Yes.
Leo. Well, ladies, once again, you cover yet another classic. Nightmare on Elm Street was such a refreshing and original story at the time. Freddy is far scarier, in my opinion, than Michael or Jason before they made all of those god-awful Halloween and Friday the 13th sequels, because Michael and Jason were just crazy dudes. Freddy was literally a demon that lived in your dreams. As for the timeline with the parents, I think it checks out. If Nancy and the others were supposed to be about 15 or 16, their parents still could have killed Freddy when they were babies or toddlers. He was snatching kids, but they never really said how old the kids were he was snatching. But as usual, you ladies knocked it out of the park with this one. Great stuff. And yes, he was pretty wet for a burnt guy. Later, Doomers.
Everything's been wet in this last.
I know, the end of the year
last
is
portion of the year.
A
Everything's
wet
been pretty wet.
2024.
We're going out wet, you guys.
And this one came from, let's see, we got one more from Chris. And it was titled Most Excellent Uber Babes. And it says, hi, sorry for the lame title. I just listened to your Bill and Ted Excellent Adventure episode. Love your podcast, so I'm listening from the start until I catch up to your latest, which was Misery when he sent this. Anyway, you ladies are awesome, and I definitely would have been crushing on either of you if we were in high school together, because you're just damn in a good way. Keep it up, lovelies, and you'll be hearing from my shameless flirting Canadian self again. And then I thought,
oh, Canada.
I feel like there was maybe also a voicemail, but hold on. Yes,
Maybe
I
there
think
is,
there is
maybe there isn't.
one voicemail. Make sure my phone's turned up. All right, here we go.
Hi, Tessa and Nicole. This is Newman from the Movies for Days podcast. Just finished listening to your Misery episode. I was caught by a mention of the Bruce Willis-Laurie Metcalf stage performance of Misery. I remember reading about this when it was happening because it became a big story point that Bruce Willis was wearing an earwig or whatever you put in there so that he could be fed lines.
Oh.
At the time, nobody knew about his illness that was affecting his memory and his brain. And so it was written about as if, oh, look, movie star can't learn lines like a big boy actor for the stage.
Oh, no.
But in fact, we later came to know it was because the illness was already starting to affect him, and this was just something he wanted to do, and this was the only way he could still do it. Also, Laurie Metcalf, let's give it up for the craziest eyes of the century. When she wants to turn it on, she turns it on. We remember Scream 2.
Oh, yeah, that's
It makes
right.
sense that she was on the stage because she has a huge theater background. I believe she and John Mahoney were two of the several founding members of the Steppenwolf Theater here in Chicago. Don't ask for receipts on that. I've been drinking, not looking things up. Anyway, that's stuff I've got for you. You guys are great. Love your show.
Thank you.
Humor.
Oh,
musical.
wow.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So, yeah, if you guys want us to play your message on the show, you can call 702-720-DOOM.
We'll clearly do it.
We'll clearly play the message on the show. You can send a text message to 702. Just 702. Follow us, like us, rate us, review us, and we will talk at you next year.
Oh, shit. Happy New Year and
Later, Doomers.